Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Mathematics Made Easy. So in today's video, we'll be solving this beautiful question. So it said we have to calculate without using tables and calculator the value of 1 plus square root of 2 raised to the power 4 minus 1 minus square root of 2 raised to the power 4. Alright, so that is what we asked to do. So if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and also share. Alright guys, so let's dive into work. So how can we solve this problem without the use of calculator or a table? All right. This is what we're going to do. We're going to simplify each term one after the other. That is, we're going to simplify this, then simplify this and subtract the answer. All right. But how can we simplify this? So let me remind us our Pascal triangle. So if you have x plus y raised to the power of 0, if you have 1, don't forget any number raised to the power of 0 will give us 1, except 0 raised to the power of 0. Then x plus y raised to the power of 1, don't forget the coefficient of x will be 1, coefficient of y will also be 1. Then x plus y raised to the power of 2, if we expand this, you are going to have s squared plus 2xy plus y squared. So the coefficient of x squared is 1, coefficient of xy is 2, then coefficient of y squared is 1. Okay, x plus y raised to the power of 3. So this one will give us, without you expanding, even if you expand, you have x cubed plus 3x squared y plus 3x y squared plus y raised to the power of 3. So coefficient of x cubed is 1, coefficient of x squared y is 3, coefficient of xy squared is 3, coefficient of y cubed is 1. You can see, even without you expanding, that is the way you can do it. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, then you write 1, okay, 1, 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 1 is 3, then you have 1. Then if you have x plus y to the fourth power, this will give us 1, 1 plus 3 is 4, 3 plus 3 is 6, 3 plus 1 is 4, then you have your 1, all right? This is your Pascal triangle. So we are going to stop there. Why? Because the question given to us is raised to the power of 4, so I'm going to stop here. All right, so 1 plus square root of 2 raised to the power of 4. So then I could say this is 1 raised to the power of 4. So when 1 is raised to the power of 4, root 2 will be raised to the power of 0. All right, so the power of 1 will be decreasing, while the power of square root of 2 will be increasing. So plus 1 raised to the power of 3, so square root of 2 raised to the power of 1, plus 1 raised to the power of 2, square root of 2 raised to the power of 2, plus 1 raised to the power of 1, square root of 2 raised to the power of 3, plus 1 raised to the power of 0, square root of 2 raised to the power of 4. All right, so this would be 1 raised to the power of 4 is 1, and root 2 raised to the power of 0 is 1. So you have 1 plus 1 raised to the power of 3 is 1, root 2 raised to the power of 1 is root 2, good. Plus 1 square is 1, and root 2 square will give us 2, that's good. Plus 1 raised to the power of 1 is 1, and root 2 raised to the power of 3, that will give us 2 root 2. Let's check. Root 2 times root 2 times root 2. So root 2 times root 2 will give us 2. So we have 2 root 2. So 2 root 2. Then 1 raised to the power of 0 will give us 1, and root 2 raised to the power of 4 will give us 4. 2, this is 2 root 2 times root 2. So root 2 times root 2 will give us 2. So 2 times 2 will give us 4. So that is beautiful. So we have 1 plus root 2, all right, plus 2 plus 2 root 2 plus 4. You are not stopping there, so you have to put the coefficient, their coefficient. So this is 1 raised to the power of 4 here, the coefficient is 1, okay? So let me use my blue marker for that. 1 multiplied by 1. So this is raised to the power of 3, so we have 4. So if you put 4 here, this is raised to the power of 2, we have 6. You put 6 here, so we have plus 6 multiplied by 2. Then this is 4. You put 4 here, so we have, let me put it like this, 4 multiplied by 2 root 2. Then plus 4, this is raised to the power of 1, all right, multiplied by 1. So this will now be 1 plus 4 root 2, all right, plus 6 times 2 will give us 12. 4 times 2 will give us 8, so we have 8 root 2, then plus 4. So then we can collect like terms. All right, so we collect like terms. 1 plus 12 is 13. 13 plus 4 will give us 17. So we have 17 plus 4 root 2 plus 8 root 2 will give us 12 root 2. All right, so the value of 1 plus root 2 raised to the power of 4, so that will give us 17 plus 12 root 2. I hope we are getting it. Okay, now Now let's move on. The next one, which is 1 minus root 2 raised to the power of 4. Okay, 1 minus root 2 raised to the power of 4. We perform same operation here. So 1 raised to the power of 4, let me use red marker. 1 raised to the power of 4, then into bracket minus root 2 raised to the power of 0. You can see we have negative root 2 here, right? Then plus 1 raised to the power of 3 into bracket negative root 2 raised to the power of 1 plus 1 raised to the power of 2 into bracket negative root 2 raised to the power of 2 plus 1 raised to the power of 1 multiplied by negative root 2 raised to the power of 3, then plus 1 raised to the power of 0 multiplied by negative root 2 raised to the power of 4. So this will be now negative root 2 raised to the power of 0 is 1, so we have 1 raised to the power of 4, which is still 1. Then plus, 1 raised to the power of 3 is 1, and negative root 2 raised to the power of 1 is negative root 2. So plus times minus will give us minus, so we have minus root 2. So 1 square is 1, negative times negative is plus, and root 2 times root 2 will give us 2. So we have plus 2. Next one, negative raised to the power of 3 will give us negative, and root 2 raised to the power of 3 will give us 2 root 2. Then next one, negative raised to the power of 4 will give us positive, and root 2 raised to the power of 4 will give us 4. Then you apply your coefficient. The first one is 1. The second coefficient is, let me check. So the second coefficient is 4. So put 4 here, 4. The next one is 6. So you multiply this by 6. Okay. The next one is 4. Again, you multiply this by 4. And then the next one is 1. Multiply this by 1. Alright, so this will be equal to 1 minus 4 root 2 plus 12 minus 8 root 2 plus 4. So let's collect like terms. If we do that, this will give us, so 1 plus 12 is 13 plus 4. We have 17 minus 4 root 2 minus 8 root 2 give us minus 12 root 2. So we can now subtract. So let's subtract. That is 1 plus root 2 raised to the power 4 minus 1 minus root 2 raised to the power 4. That will be 17 plus 12 root 2. So we have 17 plus 12 root 2. Then minus 17 minus 12 root 2. So 17 minus 17 will give us 0. Minus times minus is plus. So 12 root 2 plus 12 root 2 will give us 24 root 2. So the answer to that beautiful question is 24 root 2. So if you like this kind of video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and also share. Thanks for watching. See you next time.